Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Joe Soro, and you're watching the Lakers Fast Break. I am your host for the evening. Gerald will be here shortly. Getting some messages here about people getting banned. Why'd you guys get banned? Let me know what happened. That's like an interesting. It's always interesting to me how people ban people. I wonder what you guys said. Anyways, Lakers. I'm not going to say it wasn't an entertaining game tonight, but the Lakers had two shots to win this game, and we saw what keeps you from winning championships tonight is those timely shots. Rui was horrible when it mattered. Marcus Smart was horrible in that when they got it down to two, he was missing threes every 5 seconds, it seemed like. The problem with that was I don't know why they didn't go to the basket when they were down two. They didn't need to go with the three. So the Lakers lose to the Clippers in the toilet bowl arena with all their fake fans, 112-104. I just I don't know what I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm just at a game that I don't know. When was the last time the Lakers came back from a deficit like that? I don't remember. It's been a while, and I was kind of hoping that it was the timing of it all would work tonight because it did look like the Clippers were pretty much dead. Kawhi was kind of non-existent in the fourth quarter. I don't know if he ran out of gas from torching them in the first half, but that's the future of what the Clippers are. That's the future. The present is Kawhi is only able to do certain things for a certain amount of time, and then he gets taxed. And it's unfortunate that the Lakers did not take advantage of that. That last shot that Luka passed up, I almost spit all over the screen from yelling so much. The one time you wanted him to chuck right there, because if he hits that three, they have enough time before the 24-second clock where they could have made the Clippers have to take the whole 24, and then if they miss a shot, you have a chance to hit another three to win the game or tie the game. That was like the epitome of kind of how it went tonight. But they had a chance when they brought it down to two. That was the moment. They should have gone to the basket. They start shooting too many threes, and this is the problem with situational basketball for these guys is you don't have guys that can shoot on a consistent basis. Why are you shooting when you don't have to at that point? I understood when you were trying to make a run, and you did make the run, and you did make the shots, but why didn't you use the advantages that you had on the court? You have LeBron, you have Luka. Get those guys to the basket. That's their best freaking asset on this team. And if pick and roll that sucker, try to get there, get the foul call, and at least hit two easy ones while the clock isn't moving. See, that's how you come back from these things and take over the lead. I don't know. I don't know what they can do at this point. It's a back and forth with whether they should do something or whether they should not do something. Who's going to allow the Lakers to get help here without giving up much? Because in all honesty, I think Gabe Vincent is about as useful as this coaster right now. I mean, this thing is just sitting here. I don't even use it because every time I put my damn cup on this, and I even have my initials on this thing. Every time I put a cup on this thing and there's a condensation on it, it sticks to the goddamn cup. And that's what Gabe Vincent does. He sticks into our existence and he doesn't do shit. He doesn't do what this is. This and Gabe Vincent doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to protect the damn desk. Instead, it sticks on my cup just like Gabe Vincent sticks on our fucking lives. So, anyways, I'm trying not to look at this as a devastating loss. It's an irritating loss. and if they had been blown out, it still would have felt like this. So I don't think we win either way. This should have been a win. This should have been a damn win. And, relying on DeAndre Ayton, might as well rely on a guy that's been to jail 10 times. Like, seriously, it's useless at this point. He is not going to be a consistent contributor to this thing. He's going to go 20 and 10 one game. Maybe he'll do a 15 and 15 the next game. And then all of a sudden, where's DeAndre Ayton? Where is he? Where is he over here? Is he over there? What? Well, I don't know. Where is he? I don't know. We don't know. Imagine how much help that would have been, right? So if you have DeAndre Ayton in there, setting those screens, hitting his patent, 3-4 foot shot, now you're not throwing the ball to Marcus Smart and expecting him to shoot threes with any consistency. Unfortunately, that's not really his game. He does hit timely shots, especially at the corners, but I'm not. When he takes a shot, I'm still going, is it going to go in? There's no one on this team where they take a shot other than maybe Luka, and even LeBron to a certain degree when he's on a heater, where I'm like, ooh, I think this is going to go in. That's it. And LeBron and Luka are not good shooters from three. Oh, God. If the Lakers can somehow find a way to stay healthy, because AR is not going to fix this problem. That's not his game either. If this team can somehow find a way to get at least one freaking guy, and I was kind of excited at the beginning of the game because I saw Laravia hit a couple of corner threes, and I'm like, man, this is exactly how you start a game. You have your role player get wide open shots. They make the shot. He makes a couple threes, and now they got to relax. They can't press too much against Luka or LeBron. They can't really shade anybody over there with that guy with Luka or LeBron's man. Now you're going to start opening up that lane a little bit, but it fizzles away. There's no consistency with this thing. There's zero consistency, and I don't know if it's coaching or if it's focus or if it's talent. I know it's a little bit of everything, but at this point, this team needs at least one guy that you can throw that ball to. Just one at this point. Just can you get one guy where if he's wide open, he's going to hit that shot? Wide open, hits the shot at least half the time. How about that? Because when Marcus Smart was missing those shots when they were down only 2, if he hits one of 2, now they're probably still in it, and then we're just waiting for the Clippers to start missing shots, which they were doing, and that was it. Now, tough, they can't do anything about stopping Zubac from getting rebounds. They don't have a big that's going to get down there. You think DeAndre Ayton's going to sit there and bang with Zubac? No, that's not going to happen. But there's a little bit of everything in this discussion in terms of what's missing. Maybe the coaching wasn't elaborate enough. Maybe the players aren't good enough to do certain things. It's all of those little things that need to be filled in. Now, I'm not saying you want to fire JJ. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there needs to be a tweak. Go to the basket. And this isn't something we said, at least I didn't say after Marcus Smart was missing threes. I said as soon as they got the 2, my mindset, because a lot of that was with Luka on the bench. So I'm like, okay, good. Now you have Luka fresh. These guys are on their heels. Go at them. Have Luka get to the basket. If they drop, you're gonna have wide open shots. Yeah, they're gonna give you that, but you gotta also then figure out, well, if they do double on me, I need to get somebody to the basket too, so that it really opens up the lane, so that they don't have to shoot the 3. Maybe they dive. Maybe Marcus Smart dives more in that situation, but I guess they thought they were on a heater and they could probably still make the shots. They go up by 1, blah, blah, blah. I know it's hindsight at this point, but the instinct said go to the basket more. Go to the basket. Create that next setup where you can get a better shot inside and closer to the basket, because you're only down by a basket and it's not a 3. Let's see what Frank said something here. Hold on a second. Joe, I know it's hindsight, but do you hate Pelinka even more that he traded Max Christie now that he no, because you got Luka Doncic. And no one says that he's no one there's never been an instance in my view, even watching him this year, that I'm gonna feel comfortable with Max Christie hitting a last second shot. This should have been a LeBron Luka ending. It should have been Luka and LeBron going to the basket and playing 2-on-2 and getting to the basket. Pick and roll these suckers out of the gate. And it would have been nice to have DeAndre Ayton in there. Maybe they get an extra rebound here and there, maybe. Maybe they can get an extra couple of 2-foot shots. I don't know. I just, it's unfortunate that it is what it is. Joey lost because Rich Paul and Genie. See, you could have said that. You could have said that if they had gotten blown out all the way through. They're distracted. You know, again, that's the problem with excuses is when they start playing the game, those things aren't likely being thought about when they're playing the game. And what happened was they started coming back. They started making shots. They started hammering down on the defense. And then, look, they were only down 2 with plenty of time to finish this game. There was like 7 minutes left in this game. So that had nothing to do with Genie and Rob and all that stuff. These guys are already used to this crap. This stuff's been going on. It's just public now. We know about what's going on. But did we really know? Was this really a surprise when he found out that this was going on? We've been talking about this stuff for years. They've had turmoil in this team. Somebody just maybe wanted to throw in LeBron in there for a little bit of spice. And for all we know, one of the Buss kids probably made this shit up or exaggerated it. Maybe he didn't make it up. A lot of people exaggerate things when they're not right, when they're being called out or they're not being treated well. A lot of people start kind of exaggerating what's really going on. And I'm not going to say it's not true. I'm not going to say it is true. I don't really care. And it had nothing to do with tonight's game. Tonight's game, the Lakers didn't come out too well, but that happens in basketball. But what they did screw up in is they didn't adjust when they were only a basket away. And that's not the first time they've done that. That's been a problem for a while now, like year, 2, 3 years. They don't seem to come back and like really make you pay on a regular basis. That's championship medal stuff. And this team doesn't have, I don't think, the talent to do it. They just don't. They don't have that Ariza or that Fisher that can hit that three, the Robert Ory's. They don't have those guys, or the Alex Caruso's, or KCP was a horrible three-point shooter for half of the 2020 season when they won the title. But, man, he hit those things when it mattered a lot more than he didn't. And this would have been a game, I think, if you had that caliber player, I think that's when that's the benefit of having guys like that here. So, I don't know what they're going to have to kind of just put this in the memory bank and just say, okay, let's try to learn from it. Let's try to learn from it and let's do our thing now. We like that they came back. They didn't quit. They were playing hard. LeBron looked great. I think Luka's numbers were good, but didn't look like he was shooting too well tonight. I got to look at the stats here. So Luka was, he shot horribly tonight. He was 11 of 27 and only 3 of 13. If Luka hits a couple more threes and a couple of more two-pointers, this game is probably theirs. And that's sometimes how close it is. Marcus Smart had 10 points. DeAndre Ayton obviously only played 21 minutes. I don't know if his eye was a problem. I thought tonight might have been and I know he's had some of these kind of games the last few weeks, but this might have been the best Vanderbilt's played this year. I think this might have been his best game tonight in terms of how he played with energy, how he played on defense, diving to the basket on that pass by LeBron. So yeah, that's where we are on that. Let's see. Who is in town? I like how you guys always come in without me letting you in, and then I can't put your names on here. What's up?
John Costa is in town.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm good. Actually, I don't know how good I could be. We lost, but I just turned 27 the other day. So
yeah, how's that feel?
Just like 26.
Yeah, that's when Jimi Hendrix passed away. That's when Jim Morrison passed away. That's when Janis Joplin passed away.
Fuck, man.
So be careful. All the greats seem to check out at 27.
Well, I mean, I am a great, but hopefully I don't check out. But look, Joe, you didn't check out our 27.
No, you're gonna have to take a steak to get me out of here. This is John Costa, everyone. With what's your station again?
Lakers Corner, brother.
Lakers Corner, right?
Yes.
I know what it is. This is John Costa with the Lakers Corner. With us now on the Lakers Fast Break. John, what was your interpretation of tonight's game?
Man, we let this game, we got ourselves in an early hole and we ended up getting ourselves out of that hole in that second half. But my problem, and I actually want to see what you got to say and what the chat got to say and everything. My problem is the way we finished out that game. I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like we came back into that game. And again, this is going to be really hard to say because Luka Doncic did lead us in scoring today, right? He had 32. But when we came back into that game, we were playing real team basketball. It was swing, swing, bucket, swing, bucket, swing, backdoor cut, hit him. And then Luka came back into the game when we were down by 5, right? After we were trailing by 26, we were down by 5. And the offense got a bit stagnant. And it's easy to be like, oh man, Luka Doncic, you heliocentric player, and you're so ball dominant. And it's like easy to get annoyed at it, but he's also leading the league in scoring. And a lot of the times, players have roles on certain teams, and the role of Luka Doncic on this team is to be the best player and take us home. So in this instance, like, hey, yeah, it didn't work, but I don't know if I want to, go on here in the internet and complain about Luka Doncic being so, heliocentric and ball dominant, because are we even in this position without Luka Doncic being Luka Doncic? So we'd love to see what you guys think about that.
I believe so. Luka's never not been that guy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That doesn't matter whether he was in Slovenia, whether he was in Europe, whether he's been in Dallas or LA. So, but when you look at how this team is set up, there's really no choice. So what I would do, I'm just going to call it a Luka-centric. I mean, that should be a legitimate word now. Luka-centric ball handling game.
Mm-hmm.
It's good in theory. It's good in a little bit of what we've seen in his career. But I think ideally, much like how when they used to talk about Michael Jordan being the option 1, 2, and 3, the triangle offense, when Phil Jackson was hired as the coach of the Bulls, he created an equal opportunity offense. And he would break off from that, obviously, right? This was the breaking of the triangle. They used to always see Kobe do this, right? We're going to go off the triangle. So that's fine. Like you can use your team's talents, your players' talent, to break away from that in certain situations. What I would like to see JJ do is I would like him to start, and talent acquisition is really necessary at this point. It has to be there. You're gonna need to get a team, and Dallas was close. They were getting there. They need Luka to play more off ball as he gets older, and there needs to be more equal opportunity offense, in my view, because he can actually flourish in that kind of offense. I'm not saying they got to run the triangle. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they got to be able to make sure he's a threat at every moment, and it can't be just a step back 3 or him getting to the elbow and all of a sudden he's got a double team and then he's got to shoot over him, or he's got to do one of these. Like, there's no spacing when they know these assholes can't shoot. You need guys that can shoot, and you need 2 guys that are lengthy, and you need a big that can play defense. So we were talking about on the last show how if Triple J out of Memphis, Jaren Jackson Jr., if there was a way to get him, let's say, right? And at the time I was saying, can we get him for expiring contracts if Memphis is going to try to get out of that contract? Because I don't think the Lakers are going to send Austin Reeves, right? So let's say they were able to get him, and then Giannis is an acquisition they get either now or at some point 15 months from now or 16 months from now. You now have solved two major issues with your team, which is you got a perimeter guy that can play defense and just happens to be a guy that can play offense as well. He's a 3-and-D guy. Or I'm sorry, not a 3-and-D guy. He's a offensive machine and can play defense. Then you have a big who can guard outside the paint and is an elite defender because he's already won a defensive player of the year, right? So you have those two things done. Now, the other two positions, now you can freely go out and get two snipers on this team. Even if they're not stout defenders, just at least average defenders. But if they can hit shots, now you're not having to worry about Luka having the Luka-centric, play every time down the court. Yeah. You're going to be able to really draw people in. Why? Well, if they start picking and rolling with Giannis, they're fucked, right? Because if they drop coverage, they do any of that stuff, they double team, two of those guys are going to be open. Oh, and you also have Triple J down there, who's a hell of a lot more physical than what we have now. So even if they do miss, you got a guy there that's going to get the rebound. So to me, you have to get, ideally, however this works out, I don't know if it's going to take a year, 2 years, 3 years. At some point, the Lakers have to put together a team around Luka where a perimeter player could be an off guard or it could be a small forward position, whatever. It doesn't matter, or a wing. That guy needs to be a two-way player. He's got to be a threat in scoring, and he's got to be able to play defense, even if it's not Giannis. Giannis is just the higher echelon, obviously, the top 5 in that position, top 3 in a lot of cases. So you have that solved. Then you got to get a big that can guard the perimeter and get rebounds. That is imperative. And then get your snipers. Now Luka is not going to drain himself. Now devise a plan, devise an offense that can allow Luka to really not spend too much energy during a 48-minute game for 82 games a year. And he's not getting hurt as much. These hamstring and groin things, these are all because he's being overworked. He's obviously in shape. He got in real good shape this summer, right? And a lot of that has to do with the fact that he had to get out of shape. See, when you get out of shape, and I know this better than anybody, when you allow yourself to get out of shape, the comeback to getting into shape, just because you get into shape, that doesn't mean the story is done. You got to keep doing that, and you got to teach your body. You got to reteach your body. Oh no, I might be physically and aesthetically the way I want to be, but it's not enough. You haven't caught up yet. Like your response, your recovery is still not all there. And Luka needs to do that because Luka's been kind of doing whatever he wants. Luka kind of reminds me of most of the athletes that come out of the gate because they're young and they're athletic and they're healing quicker. They're able to, I'm invincible. I don't have to worry about, putting too much here. Well, once you start playing 10 years like he has, and you're getting in your late 20s, that stuff, you need to catch up with it. Your recovery needs to be better. You need to ice your knees. You need to ice your shoulders. You need to ice everything more and more. It's all preventative treatment that you need to get on.
Yeah. Joe, so love your soliloquy. That's a good word right there. That's a word for the day, right? And that's the right way to use it as well. I loved your soliloquy that you went on. And what I want to say is, 100%, Joe, I'm right there with you. But here is where the clapback begins, is that look at our front office. And now there's hope. There is hope because of the man that recently took over. There is hope that there might be a complete overhaul in the next coming years. And if there is, Joe, then I think that everything that you said is absolutely possible and more. Having Luka Doncic being the LA Lakers, the world possibilities are absolutely endless, but we need to absolutely figure out the whole front office situation before we do exactly your plan. Because yes, I think that honestly, to be real with you, we need to blueprint what the Mavs were doing. In my opinion, the Mavs had it. The Mavs had it. They had the multiple bigs for him to pick and roll with, and their bigs were even mobile. They had the shooters around him to be around, so when he's coming down court, forcing defense to decide whether they're going to help out on the shooter or they're going to clog the lane. Irregardless, Luka's picking you apart one way or another. And then they had, to your point, Joe, the other, ball dominant guard that can go on and take over and take the load a little bit off Luka. So honestly, in my opinion, that's the blueprint that we have to go after. Now, with all that being said, again, I think it comes down to front office and how likely is there a chance to be a complete overhaul? I guess that's the first question in all this, Joe. How likely do you think a complete overhaul, though, like Rob and all that?
I don't think there's any secret anymore that this thing's going to get overhauled. I just don't see how it's not going to be it, because you're not going to do what you're doing now next year. It's zero chance. You can't. It's Gabe Vincent is a monstrosity. Vanderbilt is one of the few guys that's still signed through the year, so he's going to come back next year unless he's involved in a trade. Mm-hmm. You have guys like Kleber who are washed. Austin Reeves is going to be a free agent. Is he going to get too much money? I am pretty confident that if Mark Walters, who will be in charge of this, and his people will be in charge of this, if Reeves gets a max contract for 4 years from a team, we're talking about what, $45 million a year? I don't think they're going to sign him. Okay. They're not going to match that. You cannot pay Austin Reeves $45 million. He cannot be your second highest paid player next year, going into next year. You cannot do that. Yes. You are going to kill yourself there. Austin Reeves can score. Austin Reeves has skill. Austin Reeves might even make an all-star team one day, but he's not a number 2. He's not even a 3 to me. He's a 4.
Okay.
And the reason, and I even said this to Gerald and his stubbornness and his fucking giant head of his. I'm like, there's really not a 1, 2, and 3, 4 like it used to be. And he couldn't understand the fucking normal IQ understanding of that, right? Each game sometimes dictates who's a 2, a 1, a 3. Okay? What happens in the playoffs when Austin isn't on? He's now a 6th option. We've seen that 2 years in a row. And this is not because Austin isn't trying his best. I'm sorry, it's not. You could visibly see him trying. He's just not skilled enough to handle some of these deers and cheetahs on these teams. NBA basketball players are freakish athletes. You're talking about guys that are 6'6", 6'7", that can run, jump, and tango sideways.
Shit is crazy. I'm not gonna
look. I mean, again, I think people forget that, because when you're watching it on TV, it's just like watching a plane fly above you. When you're looking at a plane, it looks like it's only going 2 miles an hour, right? That sucker's going 400, 500 miles an hour, right? Same thing on TV. Like, everybody, oh, God, how could you? God dang it, how did you just sit there? I'm like, dude, it's Anthony Edwards. The guy jumps out of buildings. You idiot. How's he supposed to stop somebody like that? You can't. So,
Joe, real quick, I want to touch on King Kora's comment. I like this comment because he said, how do you stop the switch up running like the Celtics did to him in the finals? So I think this is a great point. And I think that year with I think that year with the Celtics, to be honest with you, is a bad example, because the Celtics were just an outright better team. The Celtics were able that year switch 1 through 5. It was no problem. And the Mavs, they were honestly every position they were switchable except right there with Luka. Luka was the only player that was getting hunted time and time again. Now, I say that to say, how many teams are we seeing like the Celtics that are absolutely switching 1 through 5? Okay,
I have a better one. First of all, the Celtics had 2 players.
Yeah, they were
that are 3 and Ds and elite.
The best backcourt defense.
And that run that they had in 2024, every round they win in, every single round they win in, the number one guy on that run in the East was out. So they had very little, I would say, resistance, less resistance to get through those series where they weren't taxed as much. Now, I've seen teams, I saw the Lakers in 08 go through the West pretty convincingly. As a matter of fact, in some cases, that 08 team, once Powell got there, it's actually a better team overall than the 09 title team and the 2010 title team from a talent and execution standpoint. Those guys were a freaking offensive machine. Where they lost that series against the Celtics because the Celtics had to go 7 against Atlanta. They went 7 against LeBron and Cleveland. They went 6 against Detroit. You would have thought those old guys would have been taxed going into the finals, right? That didn't happen. That didn't happen because sometimes in sports, one mistake can make you look so much better than what you really were. The Lakers were in Game 4 up 24 points. They were up 20 points in the, I think it was middle of the third or late in the third. They have to win that game at home. They have to win that game. You win that game, you are now 2-2. Now the Celtics start to press, and now the Mamba starts smelling blood. Kobe Bryant never lost a series when he won Game 1. So once you start getting, and I know he lost the 3-1 lead against Phoenix in 06, but it was him and Lamar, and that's it, right? With that team, it was what it was. It was what it was. But this was a capable team. If they tie that series, that whole series goes a different way. And again, my point is that doesn't always tell the story. But what ended up happening was Dallas went through the ringer that year, and then they met 2 Dobermans that could score and stop your ass.
It was just a better team. Like
and you could see Kyrie Irving was taxed. He couldn't move.
Couldn't move.
And Luka was on one leg.
And especially they were tearing Kyrie's ass up in Boston. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
What's going on, Steinberg Sports? What's going on, brother? I don't know if I pronounced your name right. I'm a terrible reader, but
Steinbauer.
There we go. Trade LeBron James.
Steinbauer.
All right, let's do it. That's a top comment. Trade LeBron James now. Well, there it is. It's done, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron James.
We can't trade LeBron. He has a no trade clause. No trade.
Well,
clause.
It says. What do you mean, Joe? What do you mean, Joe? It says it right here. I'm just calling
trade you. LeBron. Trade LeBron James. Do you guys know that? Do you guys know that he has a no trade clause?
Oh man,
where's that? Where's that noise thing that I saw the other day? Is it here?
Oh, like a sound effect?
Yeah, or that's only on mine, I think. Yeah. Gerald and his cheap ass freaking talk studio shit.
But anyway, Joe, let me ask you.
I know Gerald's listening. That's why I'm saying that.
Oh man, shout out Gerald, man.
I'm waiting for the "shut up, Joe" text.
Real quick,
so
Joe,
go ahead. Yeah, go
ahead. Do you remember in the game, this last game that we just seen right here against the Clippers, that last shot after Vando stole it, we're down by 6.
Yeah.
Luka had that shot. Luka didn't take it because he thought someone was right behind him.
It was freaking James Harden was behind him. What's James Harden gonna do?
Right.
Sneeze on you with his Osama bin Laden beard? Like I don't know what. Come on, man. Take the shot.
That was bad. I'm not gonna lie, that was bad. Because
they can't trade him, Turbo. He has a no trade clause.
Hey, Turbo said it.
Can't trade him. He has a no trade clause. He ain't going to anywhere. Not going anywhere.
So how did you feel about that? Because I'm gonna be honest that.
Well, I'm surprised that a guy that was non-hesitant in terms of shooting at any time decided to not shoot at that point. I don't know what the hell was going on. I think he might have freaked himself out for the first time. I don't know any other reason. But if he makes that shot, he still has to make the shot. But let's say he did make the shot. I think from what I remember, I have to go back and look. I think it was at 33 seconds when he got that ball, which means had he shot it right away and made it, they would have had enough time to let the Clippers run 24 seconds and not have the foul. And then if they stop them, get the rebound, then they have a chance to shoot a 3 to tie the game.
It's an absolute game changer. I was really upset when he.
That should have never come about. When they were down 2, they started chucking for some weird reason, and I know it was wide open shots, but I'm like, guys, this is the argument with the LeBron thing. It's only the right play if the ball goes in. So when LeBron passed to Rui in Toronto and he hit the game winner, the reason why that was the right play is because the ball went in.
Absolutely.
That's life. So when I hear, well, he makes the correct play, and it always cracks me up at these all these $1 million or $500,000 a year dipshits on TV talking about, oh, he always makes the right play. I'm like, dumb fuck. The right play is getting the ball in the basket. Okay. When it doesn't go in the basket, they weren't saying, Jordan made the right play to Steve Kerr. You made the wrong play to Steve Kerr. The right play to John Paxson. You know why it was always the right call? Because those assholes didn't miss. That's why. You think Jordan would have passed them the ball again if John Paxson wasn't making every shot that was wide open in the 91 finals? Do you think he'd ever pass to Steve Kerr again in 97 if Steve Kerr missed a wide open shot to win a game? The answer is fuck no. Hell no. The right play is making the basket. And when you are the number one guy, it's your job to make sure whether you're shooting it, whether your mammy's shooting it, whether your daddy's shooting it, whether it's Rui or whether that fucking coaster ass Cade Vincent's shooting it, that shit has to go in. Okay? It has to go in or it's on you. You want all the glory? You got to get all the negatives too when you don't get that ball in the basket. So, what can we take from this game? This is what I can take from this game. They fought back valiantly, and they made a couple of mental negatives. You're down 2. Why are you chucking? Well, Joe, they dropped a second guy on LeBron while he's going to the basket, and Marcus Smart was wide open. Fine. That first one that he missed, okay, I got you, because he did make a few. But after he missed that, now you got to recalibrate. Now you got to go, man, we can't risk. We just got back from 26. It's down 2. We cannot now keep trying to catch up from the last shot that didn't go in. And it's just like anything else, right? It's like a compulsive gambler. It's a degenerate gambler. They're just gonna keep doubling up. Oh, I just lost $100. It's okay. I'm gonna put $200 so I can get my 100 back and then make my 100. Like you can't do that. You can't do that. There's resistance in both cases. The Clippers are not standing there waiting for you to shoot. So learn if there's something that I could tell these guys what to do next. Next time when you're coming back from a 26-point deficit and you got it down to 2 and there's 7 minutes left, why are you killing yourself at that point? You should be relaxed. It wasn't like there was only 20 seconds left and you want to take a 1-point lead on the road. Dude, there was 7 minutes left. You're back now. It's a fucking even game now. Relax and make the right play. The right play is easier play to get the basket at that point. You don't have to catch up. But the NBA is just, it's no good. No bueno, man, at that point. They just keep chucking.
Yeah. This is 3-point shooting lead.
Who the fuck is this douchebag?
Oh, man.
Who's a clown?
Who's a clown, brother? Oh, brother. Yeah, Joe.
Where do these cocksuckers come from?
Out the woodworks.
Seriously. Starting new names with my name on it or your name or Gerald. Like, what the fuck? Exactly, Joe. Sooner or later, Clips are going to score. I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know.
About our defense.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why that didn't happen. I'm confused myself.
Well, I think another thing we could talk about that we haven't talked about enough is our defense tonight, to be honest. That was pretty atrocious, allowing 64 points in the first half. Again, no rim protection, no paint protection. Little Laker fans, we are going to have to wait until next year. Little Laker fans.
It's probably not going to be just next year, but the beginning of the next phase of a Luka run team. There's too many deficiencies on this team. There's no other way to look at it. They have to get shooters and they have to get defenders that can help Luka do what he needs to do. Luka needs to advance his game, much like how Michael advanced his game. In that, if you're expecting to continue to play an entire career being the one guy and putting all this energy and effort, and you're not winning comfortably, you have to get to a point where you're winning comfortably. At some point, that's how you sustain a full season of the NBA and playoffs.
Danny's in the building. Where has Danny been? I haven't seen Danny in hella long. Uncle Joe. That's a classic right there, man.
Once a Laker, always a Laker for me, Uncle Joe. I am very loyal. Love you. Yeah, I love you too there, bud. Thanks for watching. I think the next step here is, again, learn from it. I'm not upset. I'm not really upset. It's more of like a damn it. It would have been nice to get this because it would have really, really pissed off the Clippers. Would have been like a nice dig in a year that they're already kind of
struggling.
Now we're kind of in this area too where we need the Clippers to win, because if they don't make the playoffs, that means Oklahoma City is going to get another high pick, and I don't want if the Lakers are going to be something here in the next 2 or 3 years, Oklahoma City is going to be a problem, and we don't want to keep seeing them getting top 5, top 10 picks to add to their arsenal. So that's kind of the weird paradox that we're in here. Is we have to kind of sort of hope that the Clippers win enough to where they make at least a play-in. And not completely eat shit, right? They got Dallas on Saturday, and Dallas kind of has a similar tone to this. There's a little bit of a rivalry with them too, due to the Luka thing. The only thing is they don't have AD on there, and we're gonna get a chance to see everybody's favorite overrated player in Max Christie. So we'll have some fun on that on Saturday. So Gerald is back. I'm gonna let him take the captain's chair again, and I'm going to sit back and relax and hope that I don't see any fucking dickless pieces of shit with my name in the chat room trying to yap.
Yeah.
Because you guys that do that and say stupid shit, you would never say that to my face.
Black.
And even if you did, even if you had enough balls to do something like that, you would have no balls left after that.
Hey, real quick though. Because
if I don't know you and you're coming up, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care about jail. I don't care about any of that shit.
Shout out Roddy Rich.
Know your role. Know your role. Go play with yourself somewhere else.
Don't play with me. Play with your mama. But hey, look, shout out Drip Show. He sent me this. Even though I'm not a big baseball guy, I noticed that show.
He's trying to convert you to baseball. You got to learn something there.
Come on, Black. Hey, you a little pussy. You know you a little pussy, and you didn't show up the game that LeBron balled out. You only talk shit when it seems in your advantage. But we know you. You know you not on business. We know you a pussy, and we know I'll smash you. And come in the show. Come on the show. Come on, brother. But we know you're not about shit. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue, because like I say, lions don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. So let's keep on talking about Drip Show, because send me this great shirt. Drip Show, I appreciate you, brother. This is a real one right here.
It's just gonna be tough for you to. It's gonna be.
Ask me about it. I'm gonna be like,
it's gonna be tough because you're in the Bay and they'll see Ohtani and they'll be like, you're a bandwagon guy, but they don't know that you're not a. You don't play outside the basketball. Exactly. So for you,
I'll tell them shout out Drip Show.
It'd be like me. It'd be like me cheering for soccer teams, right? I'll wear a Messi shirt. I'll wear well, I'm not going to wear a Messi shirt, but I'll wear something that maybe has Messi something on it, right, to support my friends. I did that with Michigan when they played Alabama at the Rose Bowl a couple years ago. I'm not a Michigan fan, but my family is, right? And I'm a huge Nick Saban fan, so I was in turmoil, like internally. I didn't tell anybody because I wanted them to feel like their cousin was supporting them, right? For Michigan, and I was cheering for Michigan. I was, because I'm not an Alabama fan. I'm a Nick Saban fan, but it was killing me. Like, I was like, I want Nick Saban to win. Family comes first. And I knew it meant more to my family for Michigan to win a title, for us to be at the Rose Bowl. And, the whole night, the whole day, and then the night was like epic. Like, it would not have been epic unless Michigan had won, right? If Michigan had lost, it would have been a downer. We would have driven home all quiet, and we wouldn't have gone crazy in my pool and splashing all over the place, music all over the place, right? So, yeah. So in terms of that, that's kind of you. You get the chance to wear some gear that you don't really have to stress over too much. And it's not, you're wearing arguably the greatest athlete of our time.
Come on.
So you're not really losing either way.
So it's a win-win situation. And I get to support my brother Drip Show.
Thanks, Turbo.
And Steven, yes, I am in the Bay. And Black, shut your pussy ass up, because nobody around here respects you. So that's that. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep it pushing.
That's pretty funny though. Why are you stuttering, Smurf?
Tough. It's that Shohei on Tiny guy. That Shohei Ohtani guy, whatever his name is. Hey, all I know is that this is the same Japanese character that put on Toronto, just like how Rui put on Toronto. The Canadians hate Japanese.
Yeah, Canadians are not too happy with the Japanese right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm in Oakley. I don't know if you're by, brother. Gerald.
You better watch out, man, because people get a hold of your address, man, and all that stuff, and it makes your life miserable. People send you like letters and stuff to Joe and I, a whole bunch of, well, you guys, if you guys fly down and meet me, I'll tell you. It's like,
yeah, the Meet Me in Temecula crowd when they were
that was, you had to go to him, the one who sent us a letter. You had to go to him. I still have it like somewhere here in my files. Yeah, that was just crazy, man. But please, yeah, just dude, we have opinions. You have opinions. We'll leave it at that. But I got 3 things. Number 1, 81. Anniversary of 81-point game for Kobe Bryant. One of the greatest single game performances in the history of sports. So I just wanted to remember and acknowledge his greatness. So please, if you're out there, if you just take a moment to remember Kobe's 81-point game, it just really was if you were watching it live like I was, you feel like you were blessed and privileged to do so. So I'll leave it at that. Second thing is, because of the ESPN article yesterday by Baxter Holmes, everybody seemingly it was nauseating, guys, because JJ in his earlier press conference today before the game just absolutely kissing ass for LeBron. Oh my God. Oh, we are so privileged to have a blah, 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 blah. Okay, he gets it. All right. Jeannie yesterday. Oh, no. I can't believe he dragged him into the Buss family drama. Blah, 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 blah. It's not true. Blah, blah. Oh, we appreciate him so much. JJ, we appreciate him so much. Oh, they spent all day bending over, kissing so much booty today.
Whoa.
It was nauseating, John. It was nauseating because he knows how great he is. He knows they spent the entire day, because we talk about all the time how this organization is trying to distance themselves from LeBron, LeBron the way out or whatnot. No, because something like this comes up and they absolutely got to go ahead and just, whether it's real or not real, they just go ahead and just bent over backwards today and yesterday to make public statements, saying everything is okay. So his response, LeBron James, and credit to him, he's just he just wants to focus on basketball. I'm going to give him a lot of credit for doing that.
If he really wanted to focus on basketball, he wouldn't have allowed his boy to talk the way he did just a couple weeks earlier.
Well, that's but in this instance, because it's an instance by instance, but he says, I'm good when talked about as far as the no trade clause, if he wants to waive it and he wants to be here and wants to finish the season. So those of you who want to see him gone, sorry, looks like he said he's good for staying a Laker. So after that, he said, when I came to this organization, my whole mindset was about restoring excellence. Quite frankly, I don't really care about articles. I don't care how somebody feels about me. If you know me personally, then you know what I'm about. So,
that's kind of crazy for him to say. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but he said
he should lie more.
Yeah, but again, just the way the organization bent over backwards to just okay, all right, we get it.
Hey, real quick though, Gerald, I got to speak on this fucking pussy ass dude Black, because he keep trying to come at me, but what he don't know is that my latest videos all getting 2,000 plus views. So go check it out, brother. Please do go check it out. My recaps on my short page. And also, Black, if you keep wanting to talking shit, why you don't come on the show? Because you too much of a pussy. You know you're a pussy. You sitting in your mama's basement probably typing this shit out, but you won't come on the show. And if you want to meet in person, I would love to see it. But you too much of a little hoe for that.
I'll just say this. I don't want to get in between you and Black because again, it's
he's a hoe.
This is the craziest black on black crime I've seen in a while.
Gerald, respectfully, he's beneath me. I'm not gonna lie, Gerald.
Okay, but the thing is under. When he mentions, have you seen Lakers Corner latest material? That means he's seen it.
That means he's seen it. That's helped you. Thank you for. Hey, you must have been one of those 1.5. 1.5K that was for my last
there you
short.
Go.
So it must have been
the
you.
Third thing is though, let's go to the game itself. And I mean, this is just like the last game, and it's like many games that we've seen. The Lakers, it's no longer the third quarter, guys, that the Lakers have an issue with. It's the first quarter. The first quarter has been a problem right for a while now, and they just don't seem to get off to good starts. They don't seem to focus themselves. And just like in the Denver game at the end of the half, again, they let these teams go on a run to close out the half, and it's just so annoying. It's discipline. It's focus. You have to stay focused and disciplined at all points of the game. And you see the way that they came back with, people say fake comeback, what have you, but they had a chance twice to go ahead and take the lead and didn't get it done. And well, you see what happens. You get down to those big deficits, and they were down by 23 points, and it's just so hard to come all the way back. We see it all the time where most teams, most of these comebacks fail because it's just so hard to do so and sustain that kind of energy. And my question is, why can't we sustain any kind of that energy during the period when we're down 10, when we're down 14, then we're down 23? Something has to be done as far as being able to lock in better or find the right mix of players or play a different style of defense that will allow you to go ahead and stay closer or even right there with the Clippers or another team before the end of the half. And I know that they tried some trapping defenses in the first half on Kawhi, but they kind of went away from it. They didn't stay to it. And by not doing so, they kept the ball in his hands and he lit them up in the first half. And that really was annoying. Just absolutely annoying.
Does any team do that in the NBA?
What's that?
Are there any more teams? I know Oklahoma City came out the gate like that, but then they fizzled away, right? A little bit.
As far as what?
As far as coming out dominating from tip till the buzzer.
Yeah, OKC came out extremely dominant.
They came out, right? What were they, 24-1 at some point?
Yeah, 24-1, yes.
And then Jaden came back in.
You don't see that. You got to be a killer day in and day out to create that. I'm not saying you got to go win 70 games. I'm not saying that. But first of all, there's a lack of talent on this team. 99% of the team doesn't have that kind of mentality to go kill it 48 minutes a game in and game out. They're just not about that. Look, they did come out well, actually. Laravia hit 2 threes right out of the gate. And I was thinking, man, that's exactly how you like to start the game, because now you create that momentum. Now they're worried about, oh, shit, we got to guard this guy.
Get hurt, did he? Did Laravia get hurt?
I didn't see him in the end. Maybe he did.
Okay, because there's nothing been reported, but somebody was freaking out and DM'd me, and they're like, oh, Jake Laravia's hurt. And I'm like, well, I missed that. I didn't see it, and nothing has been reported here post-game, so I'm assuming.
Well, they came back, Nick. They came back with ball movement, true, because they'd made that big run without Luka there, right? So, yeah, you're right on that. And that's the whole point here. JJ has to figure out a way to lessen the load but be more efficient. And when you're more efficient and not working as hard, Luka can maintain his numbers and save juice game in and game out. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the talent will allow it. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out. That's something you gotta ask JJ Riddick on.
Joe, in a perfect universe, yes, 100%. But in this instance right here, do you blame Luka? And I'm not saying for the entire game, but do you blame Luka because we went on that run without him being there, him coming in, the offense does get a little stagnant, but again, it's the man that's leading the league in scoring. So is it crazy to go to him and ask him?
It wasn't, because what happened, see, here's what happened. He did come back in, but LeBron was handling the ball. So from my observation, Luka got in there as, at least at the beginning of him coming in, as a decoy, because LeBron had the ball. He was going to the basket. He was drawing the open man. And the problem was Smart wasn't hitting the shot. I don't mind that on the first one. Because they came back hitting shots. What I would have done after that is, shit, all right, guys, let's not get out of hand here and keep trying to catch up to what we should have got, right? That's what happens mentally in the NBA now. Everything has to be a 3. What I think they should have done, and we talked about this before, about Luka playing off ball. If you want to create that offense, I trust Luka on an open shot, not Marcus Smart. So create that play where you draw the second defender that's coming off Luka, and maybe he wouldn't. And guess what? LeBron then goes to the basket and gets a layup. See what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have you give that ball to Luka, and if he misses it, then you're screwed either way because he's your guy.
But and then Joe, are you cool keeping Luka a lot more off ball?
I think I think we've been battling this for a while with this blame Luka, and a lot of our people are thinking that we let him off the hook. And I've explained a couple times why I don't criticize Luka as much. The only thing I've criticized Luka about since the beginning is his free throws, because that's going to be important when it matters.
Now, in the first half, though, Joe, he did take it upon himself, and I think at times where there were times that he could have shared the ball and chose.
He's been doing that all year, though. That's his game, and that needs to stop.
That is who he is.
Yeah,
arguing with the refs. It is who he is. When we got him from Dallas, again, we said that before when we traded him.
It's the job of the head coach, and I can't assess Luka. I can't assess Luka yet 100% until you give Luka the full range where he can be who he needs to be to win championships. Because when you factor in the Dallas run, when you factor in the Laker run so far, there's always been a constant maneuvering of getting things together for his team. We talked about this with Kobe. We talked about this with Jordan. We talked about this with Tim Duncan, Magic. When you look at those guys when they were at their peak, Kobe is like the only guy that never had a peak with his peak. When he hit his peak, that between 03 and 08, it's like 08, 03-08, even though 08 turned out to be the finals run, he lost a little bit in 09 and 10. They still won. That's kind of what kind of makes them even more amazing, right? But Kobe's prime, the peak prime, he never had a title. He never had a team that was at its peak with him. Luka's sort of in that same boat. Dallas got close. They had some young guys there. They had Lively. They had Gafford. They had P.J. Washington. But those were all guys they had gotten in half a season, went to the finals, and then Luka got hurt. And really, they never really ever were able to play a full season together, right? Then Luka got traded. So until Luka gets the right team around him, we're never going to really know if it's him or if it's his unfortunate situation. Because look what's going on, guys. There's a lot of mental part of this, right? He comes into this situation, and all he's dealt with in Dallas is they don't like him. They didn't like him in Dallas. I saw Michael Finley take a beer out of his hand after he was just given Western Conference Finals MVP, taking your dumbass team to the fucking finals. I'm like, the fuck? If there's a video online where this idiot is dropping N-bombs in a convenience store, and you had a brother standing next to him, and he pops him with a beer can, and it explodes in his face, right? That's the first thought I had. If Michael Finley had done that to me, I'd been, bitch, tell me to fucking take my fucking beer. What do you think, I'm your fucking kid? Right? So he's been dealing with that. Ownership, they learned something from Jerry Jones, right? God, they had to have learned that ego thing from Jerry Jones. They didn't value Luka. They traded him for 4 bubblegum wrappers and a toothpick, right? So now he comes to LA. LA already's got pressure, even when shit's on point. But then on top of that, he's got to deal with Rich Paul shit, LeBron shit, Genie shit, Jim shit, John shit, all this shit. And you all want him to just be focused and ready and this. And it's amazing. His personality is taking it pretty well, but he's constantly in distraction of things. Constantly. Whether it's the roster construction, whether it's these idiots off the court. So I want to see Luka next year when all the shit is gone. Genie will probably still be there, but I am in full confidence that once this season is over, the real designers are going to be in charge of the next phase of the Lakers.
That's a pile of shit.
I hope so. I really hope so, Joe.
Sorry,
but I want to go.
Got a little excited there.
Well, while all the excuse my language shit is piling up here, it is of course the Lakers fast break. It is Joe Soro from the Joe Soro Experiment, John Costa from Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. It is the Lakers, unfortunately, losing tonight, 112-104. They now fall to 6th place in the Western Conference. By the way, Phoenix, who we had a several game lead on for most of the season, has now overtaken us in the Western Conference. Houston, who also lost tonight, we could have jumped over. We could have been in 4th place in the Western Conference, but we're 6th now, tied essentially with Minnesota Timberwolves with a 26-17 record. I want to thank so much Stefan Piscano. Please go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe to what he's doing. Also, as well, to Joe's channel, to John's channel. All kidding aside with Black and whatnot. He just donated to us on the super chat $100.
Always bet on Black.
There you go. But
unless Stefan, it's this guy that's in our chat.
Well, I was trying to be ironical because you're black, he's black. Always bet on Black. So you win either way. You win either way, right?
Some white guy in his mom's basement.
But
shout out to
Stefan Piscano podcast.
Every time I went after I watched Passenger 57, that's what it's from. Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes had his Arnold. Gerald knows this, obviously. I'm trying to teach John.
He had his lines.
Okay, so Arnold has his lines. This is the early 90s. Arnold was killing it with his lines, right? He didn't just I'll be back. He had a bunch of them at that time. And then there's a scene in because I loved
he had to do it. Van Damme had to do it. They all had to do it.
Yeah. But again, only a few people could execute it. So my favorite baseball movie is Major League, and Wesley Snipes. That was the first time I saw Wesley Snipes, and Wesley Snipes was in White Men Can't Jump. Awesome movie. Passenger 57 was like the perfect early 90s like action movie. Like when you go back and see early 90s action movies, they were so cheesy and awesome. They were just they hit, and you always could watch them over and over again and never get tired of them, right? So there's a line, he's in a plane. I'm not gonna ruin the whole plot, but there's a line. He's on the airplane phone and he's talking to the bad guy. He's like, "You ever play roulette?" And the guy goes, "Occasionally," because of course it was always an English guy, right? The bad guys are always English. And the camera goes, "Shh, always bet on black." I remember I was in the theater and I was
rolling.
Like, oh.
You were rolling like that in the theater.
So anytime we went to the casino for it didn't matter if it was an Indian reservation, Vegas, it was automatic. We see a roulette table, always bet on black. So yeah, that's what that whole thing, always bet on black, but I meant it to be supportive and kind of ambiguous because you're black and black is black. So
is he actually black? I've never seen this guy. He's too pussy to come on camera.
It has nothing to do with that. I'm going off the name.
Okay.
He might be black. I don't know, but his name is black.
But
though,
hey,
so.
but shout out to Stefan. But hey,
oh, Stefan, thank you, appreciate it.
You're asking a real question about how my house is going. Now you're trying to spark up a friendship, and we can do that. My house is going very well, brother. I actually just got a Tesla recently, so that's making my house a lot better. So, but one thing that's killing me, y'all, is the fucking yard work. Goddamn, y'all.
Welcome to homeowner management.
But see, I used to live
and you better keep it up because the HOA will send you a letter. They'll send you a letter.
That's the thing. Keeping it up has just been it's just an annoying task. I gotta go out there, constantly do it. I used to live in an apartment, like they used to take care of that. But now
HOAs, hate them with a passion.
Yeah.
But let me get to Stefan's comment real quick because he paid us $100, guys. So I cannot thank him enough for doing that. He said, "I can't believe it's been 20 years since Kobe."
This all goes in Gerald's pocket, by the way, guys. We don't get a cent.
No, YouTube after YouTube. Unfortunately,
Joe, that's crazy.
Stefan knows. I spoke at length about what you guys do, and as far as the whole monetary thing, I was very open about it. So hopefully, when he airs a show with me next month, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. That. But he says, "I can't believe it's been 20 years since Kobe's epic game. Aside from that showing some love, I knew you guys had great at work ethics." But talking to Gerald yesterday made it more prominent. So sincerely, thank you all for putting in the time to give us great Laker content.
Dude, what a real
man, that's beautiful, man.
Stefan, hey, I just subscribed to your channel, brother.
Stefan, that was beautiful, man.
I just subscribed to your channel, brother. I appreciate you. That's really nice.
That's as close to sincerity from Joe Soro as you'll get, Stefan.
I'm not joking, man. I was deep. I felt like it. That. I don't cry or anything.
I talked about his channel. I talked about your channel. I talked about what you guys and the effort you guys put in all year long for this channel and your own channels, and how hard it is, when you're the little minnow in Google's YouTube sea of life right there. So
I would love to see Joe in like a super serious situation. His like a graduation. No, I guess a graduation.
Oh yeah. Oh, those are fun. Those are fun.
Today, 81-point game. On the other thing, 81-point game, anniversary of it.
Greatest sports day of my life, and it's because of Kobe. Obviously, he's a part of it, but that was the day. That was the date where the Steelers went to the Super Bowl as well. Jerome Bettis was playing his last season, and they beat Denver to go to the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl was in his hometown. So there was this whole day where I could barely eat 3 or 4 days before the game, and I didn't eat all day, and I drank a full case of Coronas with my buddy Ken, and didn't even realize it.
Fuck yeah, Ken.
I was so fucked up. My face felt like the surface of the sun times 10, and my God, when they won that game, everything was like, and then I was starving. I think I ate like 50 shrimp cocktails afterwards. I was freaking dying of hunger.
Well,
then I went home. Then I went home, passed the fuck out.
This is 20 years ago?
This is 2006. After the game, I watched all the post-game stuff, and then I went home, passed out on the couch, woke up in the middle of the second quarter of that game. Kobe dropped 26 in the first half, which wasn't out of the realm of possibility. He was pretty much doing that every
Bill
game.
Cowher, Stefan's asking, was it Bill
yes,
Cowher?
Bill Cowher was the coach at that time. Yes, Bill Cowher. The Steelers went on a run that year. They had lost 3 in a row. They were 7-2. Then they lost 3 in a row, and then after that, they didn't lose a game the rest of the way. They were the first 6th seed to win a Super Bowl. It was Ben's second year as a quarterback. It was that playoff game against Indianapolis was when this was the second year Troy Polamalu was in the league. That was when Superman showed up. I had never seen a safety single-handedly destroy an offense like I saw Troy Polamalu destroy an offense that evening. It was fucking crazy. Great day, man. It was so great. I woke up in the middle of the second quarter. I'm watching, and then all of a sudden, the third quarter ends, and I'm like, what am I watching right now? Because the Lakers were down, right? So now we knew he was going to play the fourth quarter, because usually when he had dropped 50 or 60 points, they were always up by 20 going into the fourth, and he'd just sit. I'm like, dude, Kobe's going to drop. I thought at the time, I'm like, he's got 56. This guy's going to drop 70. And then as soon as he got to 70, like at the 6-minute mark, I'm like, oh, shit, he's going to hit 80. And I was calling my friends. I don't think Twitter was like popular at that time. So we were texting, and there was shit coming up on the screen. Guys are like, dude, are you guys watching this? Everything was the same question. Are you watching this? Are you watching this? The most amazing part about that story, you know who led SportsCenter on Championship Sunday? Not the Steelers and the Seahawks, not Carolina and Seattle. It was fucking Kobe Bryant on a January game against Toronto. Led SportsCenter. That when people talk about Kobe and greatness, I'll tell them about these scenarios. Dropping 60 in his last game, 81, leading SportsCenter. I go, you can't measure that with stats with your dumbasses.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, Joe, I was 7 years old, and that was one of my first times I ever remember like watching basketball being like mesmerized. I remember Kobe was on the right hand side of the court, the right wing. And I think he got like triple teamed, and he like had like dribbled through it. I remember being a 7-year-old and just being like, damn, like that's crazy. Everybody's guarding him. Granted, I didn't know, all of that was going on. Like, oh, he's about to score 81 and how the magnitude of it. But that's one of my earliest basketball memories right there. Like I have a picture of me at a Lakers game, like when I was like 2 years old, but I don't really remember that. That's one of my first memories I like really, really remember of basketball, and being mesmerized and being like, wow, man. YYC, I appreciate you, bro. I guess my birthday's close. Yeah, my birthday was 2 days ago. So yeah, bro. So it's crazy, Joe, because you were getting shit-faced drunk and I was a 7-year-old.
You were sucking on your thumb still?
Fuck no, Joe was 7. I was like 4. I was fucking sucking on my thumbs. I was sucking on.
Were you trying to figure out what your willy was for?
What? I was trying to figure out. What I was really doing, to be honest with you, was watching this game, and then I'll go outside and try that shit.
No, that's good. It's good. There's very little stuff I remember at 7 years old, so that's good.
Yeah, very like little.
But this is a story I tell every year on the 22nd if we do a show. It was the greatest sports evening of my life. The one that was close was Game 6 of the second round against the Spurs in 04 after the .4. And that was the same night I was invited by a friend of mine to go to Roy Jones Jr. Tarver 2. And that was the fight where at that time Roy Jones Jr. was a god, and Tarver put him on the canvas on one punch. And the most amazing feeling I've ever had in a sporting event was I think it was 13,000 people stand up at the same time and said the same word.
Damn.
And you heard the punch. You heard this, and
everybody said, "Ooh!"
And he was out. Like Roy Jones Jr. was like Mike Tyson of his era in his weight class. Like no one beat Roy Jones.
Damn.
And he got his ass knocked out, and I was just in awe of the feeling, listening to 13,000 plus just stand up. I remember I just stood up. I'm like,
what happened?
I'm like, what? Was that an earthquake? Is that an earthquake, hurricane, and tornado all at once?
That's crazy. So
yeah, and then I was going back and forth because they had the undercards before the fight, so I was going back and forth to go watch the game. And luckily, the fight didn't last as long. So as soon as the knockout happened and it was over, I bounced, and then I was able to catch the game right around I think it was late in the third, and the Lakers ended up pulling away in the fourth. And at that time, guys, if you weren't around in 2004, for 5 years, whoever beat who from 99 till 2004, whoever won the Spurs Lakers series, we're going to win the championship. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen though.
I honestly am starting to really like me being the youngest around here because they always say go in a room where you're not the the brightest person, so you can like learn. And they always say age is wisdom. So
who called you stupid?
No, nobody's calling me stupid, but age is wisdom. I know I'm not stupid. The fuck? I know I'm that guy. And
I don't know, Johnny. There's some dumb old people though, man.
There's some dumb old people.
Oh my God!
I wouldn't call anyone around here dumb, right?
Well, I mean, none of us are really dumb. I'm talking dumb. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, and they're like 20 years older than me. Like, what you were married? You were married 5 times. Why? Didn't you learn your lesson after the second one at least?
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, this fake societal ruling that we've grown up to listen to, it's actually bullshit. There are smart people that are. Look, man, I've told you guys this. I actually have felt better in the hood than I felt around a bunch of rich, weird people.
Come on.
I'm not joking. That's not a joke. Like because I go into homes on a daily basis. That's my job. I got to present things, and I'm not just setting my stuff, in the nice little areas. I go anywhere. I'm here to accommodate anywhere, everyone, right? I've been in the hood. I've been in in LA, certain areas over there that don't necessarily, would make you feel comfortable at 8:00 at night when it's dark. But I'm telling you right now, I felt more comfortable in those areas than I had in some of these, just being around like high end type people and watching them kind of maneuver. It reminds me of Get Out. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, is this person gonna send me to the sunken place?
Black says, me being a mod is really irrelevant to this situation, but the creator knows my ethnicity, and that's a fact. And the fact
are they still tripping on the ethnicity? What's going on? Black, it's all good, brother. We all good. Don't even worry about it.
It doesn't matter what your ethnicity was. I was playing off the name.
Yeah.
Brian Washington is in the chat, a Clippers fan, one of the very few on this planet. Great to have you here, man. Congratulations on your win. So glad to see your guys still several games under 500.
Is that our first Clipper fan
ever?
Might be.
I don't think I remember.
We've only been doing this since 2019, so I guess now. Okay, clock it now, guys. 7 years from now, when we do this show, the next Clippers fan will be in the chat trying to.
All right, let me write this down.
There you go. Absolutely. All right. It's great, man. It's a great moment. I mean, an actual Clippers fan.
Look at this.
I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. An actual Clippers fan.
All my ADHD folks out there.
And they're only 6.5 games behind the Lakers. That's so amazing. Yep. Clip's going to clip every time.
I'm on meetings like this all day long.
Hey,
you're right, YYC. It would have been so nice to have San Diego have all 3 sports.
But get this, guys. Speaking of San Diego, YYC, and everyone, you know how bad you are as an organization when you name your team in your G League team in San Diego, the place you ripped off by moving up the state to go to California, the same name you give your own team. They're both named the Clippers. You didn't have the kind of creativeness. Oh, well, let's just call them the Clippers. Let's just call them the San Diego Clippers, just to rub it into the San Diego community more that you no longer have an NBA team. Absolutely.
Well, that's not him. That was the other jackass that owned the team.
No, this is him. They haven't had the G League team long.
Hey, Black.
They're one of the last to get a G League.
Don't.
Team.
I mean, the Lakers call themselves
on the show. You got to. Hey, if you're gonna talk in the chat,
not the defenders.
I need that to be known, especially for Black. Black, if you're gonna talk shit, you got to have the balls to come on the show. So don't be talking shit in the chat.
Yeah, but San Diego Clippers is a different story, Joe, because they got up and left San Diego. They hurt that community. Same thing with the Chargers. They got up and left that community. They left that community cold.
Well, that's not how it worked. That's not how it played out. What happened was they voted against having the stadium.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Spanos was like, I'm going to LA and I'm going to make another $2 billion.
And he's making it. And I got to credit him. I have seen the facility. It's all light blue. You go down the street past the Lakers facility, the tiny little Lakers facility that they got, UCLA Health Center. Then you take a right, John. And then as soon as you maybe like 1 or 2 blocks and everything is powder blue. So,
what for the
Chargers?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what's up. I need to go over there. I need to go check that out.
How many teams are the Lakers better than in the West?
Are you, if you're talking like standings wise right now?
I have no idea.
That's a whole different question, but
it's fluid right now.
That's better than the Clippers for sure in a playoff series.
100%. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the only teams that I can 100% say are better than us is OKC, Denver, Spurs, and Rockets. Those are the only 4 teams that I could say 100% they're better than us. Every other team, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know.
Not the Timberwolves, even though they essentially have the same lineup that they did that beat us 4-1.
Yeah, but we don't have the same team that they beat us 4-1. If we have a different team, then
yes,
I don't think the series goes out like that.
The DeAndre Ayton, that's just such a there you go.
No,
it's not a whole lot
Luka
different.
Doncic, Gerald, come on, Gerald. It's not
Luka Doncic was there, okay, but Luka Doncic in shape.
Luka Doncic in shape, and Luka Doncic with and not Jackson Hayes. And yeah, sure, DeAndre Ayton isn't the biggest upgrade, but better than Jackson Hayes out there. Black brother, if you gonna talk shit, you got to be able to come on here, brother. Joe don't cook nothing. We all cook you. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what we do. We cook you.
Well, I'm trying to stay out of this.
But
it's
Gerald,
between you and John Black.
John. Gerald, so that's why I say OKC, Spurs, Denver, and Houston. Only teams I would say. What about you guys?
I'm going OKC, San Antonio, Denver, Houston, and I would say, boy, it would be a tough series. I think it'd be closer between Minnesota. So I'd say right now, if they're fully healthy, the size thing, I'm just not trusting Ayton right now. So
I don't trust anybody other than maybe Luka and LeBron Minnesota. At this point.
I'd say Minnesota. I'd slightly give the edge to Minnesota right now.
Okay. And if we're talking a playoff series in particular, then I think I don't even know if I'd go Houston, because as we know, playoff basketball and regular season basketball is not the same thing, baby. The game slows down and the game becomes all about dominating your matchup. And Luka Doncic and LeBron dominate their matchup almost 9 times out of 10.
But are you going to get 5 focus games from Laravia and Ayton? That's the question.
Great question. It's a great question, but I'm going to bet on LeBron James and Luka Doncic winning their matchup 9 times out of 10. So that's why the only team I would take out of that 4 would be Houston.
To make sure they don't come into the series tired. Because they ran out of gas.
I'm just answering the question, Gerald. Just answering the question.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, there you go. We've got it. Our first Clippers fan in 7 years, and 700,000 views. So glad. Welcome. All right. We're looking forward to in 7 years having the next Clipper fan, because there's so few of them on the planet. So they have to go ahead and. I saw the empty seats there in Intuit Dome. Can you charge more to park at the Intuit Dome? $85.
Have you been there, Joe?
No, but I was by there. I've been by there like 3 or 4 times.
My family's been there more than I have. Twice. Yeah. One for 2 of them for concerts, though.
I went to the YouTube arena that's next, or the YouTube theater next to SoFi while it was being built, and I also went to the Forum while it was being built. So I've not actually been in there. It's hell of expensive. Why would I want to go there?
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
I hear
nice
you. I just
fancy,
asked,
but
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're not even that local. I guess Joe's more local.
yeah.
Jay play days. Oh yeah, brother. I know basketball. We can
No,
talk all
I
day.
think
So much
I'm
so
gonna
that
say no. I'm
so
gonna say
much-
we're better than Phoenix. I'm gonna say we're better than Phoenix. Jay.
so much so that I give a open invite to Black or any of these other pussies that want to try to.
Just have to hit me
Okay.
up. Lakers fast break at yahoo.com.
He'll invite black, white, green,
we'll invite
red,
all y'all.
yellow.
Oh, y'all want to, and we could talk it all. But everything you say has to be backed with numbers. Can't just be an opinion. Has to be backed with numbers.
And I was talking to Stefan about that, and I mentioned the time that Kenneth Stone, before you came on, John, I think Kenneth Stone, not Stone Hansen, but Kenneth Stone was a hater for Joe for a while. But you know what, Joe, he came on the air. Joe and him hashed it out, and he got converted to the cult of sorrow.
Kenny thought I had another agenda on my.
But you cleared it up on the
disassociation with LeBron James, and that's not the first time. That wasn't the first time that people questioned, well, Joe, why doesn't Joe like LeBron? Could it be something?
Steinberg, brother. It's not everybody.
I go, dude. You guys are looking. You're looking too deep in this.
This is what I'm telling you, man. This is what I'm telling you. Anybody that be hating, y'all can go suck on.
Did you dunk last night in your rec league?
No, but we did get the win. Most importantly, we did get the win, and I did finish the night with 15 points.
Because I told you said you were going to do a 360.
What, Gerald, if I got a breakaway, I would have did a 360 layup.
Okay.
Speaking of numbers, there's a number here I'm going to update you guys on. That's unfortunate. So,
by the way, Joe still says he can beat you.
Yeah, for sure. First 19 games. Luka and Reeves, they're 15-4, right? Last 21 games, 22 games now with LeBron. Luka and LeBron are 9-13.
Shout out Aaron. Aaron's wrong.
Again, this, we've talked about it before with LeBron, and just again today, JJ kissing his butt, and last night, I understand that Jeannie wanted to get on the PR train, so she made that statement, The Athletic, but come on, just, okay, everybody appreciates LeBron. Everybody appreciates LeBron. Yes, I get it. Everybody appreciates LeBron, but he doesn't need that. He is one of the greatest players of all time. You just make sure you just make this as comfortable as possible, and then just let him go do what he wants to do, whether it's with another team or what have you. But at this point in time, it was just so nauseating, because you could just see it in JJ's comments today. It was just like, okay, I understand. Yes, you're so appreciative of LeBron. I get it. I understand it. It's great. But come on, talk about the game. Focus on the game. Focus on trying to fix your first halves, JJ. Focus on fixing your first quarters. Stop getting so far behind, because always trying to go uphill is really difficult to do, guys. It's really difficult to do.
Absolutely. I was going to say something. Fuck. Man, stay off the weed, kids. Stay off the weed.
Well, Reeves will be back at some point here on the 8-game road trip. So at least that's going to be a good sign for us, hopefully coming soon. So those Reeve off the bench people, do they still think Reeves should come off the bench now? On a championship run, sports baby, yes, I do think so, because he is just, if you're going to commit to Luka and AR is your backcourt, you have one of the worst defensive backcourts in the NBA. And at the wrong place, the wrong time, the playoffs or high-level games, it's just such a detriment. He comes off the bench, he goes and he's working against second-team players, and he's just lighting it up.
Gerald,
lighting up against second-team guys.
Gerald, I remember what I was going to say. To your point about JJ, honestly, that's why I feel like JJ. I know he wanted to get into coaching. I think he's like a great mind or whatnot, but I think it was just such the wrong decision to come here to the Lakers. Like not only because that was like his first coaching gig, like for real coaching gig, but also because bro, you're coming to the Lakers, one of the most scrutinizing teams that's on a microscope every single night, every single move that you do. On top of that, it's LeBron James on his last leg, and then also like the way that he got the job. Like, come on, like we know this was a LeBron James lob. He had the podcast with LeBron, and then a couple months he didn't even have the podcast for a year. A couple months later, boom, he becomes the coach. And I feel like in a way, even JJ may feel like this deep down inside that like shit, I'm here because of Bron, you know, and which is again part of the other reason that I think JJ taking this role just like was a bad choice for him in general because now he's kind of in one of these positions. And I agree, Joe. It's like let's not sit here and suck off LeBron. Let's talk about how he can get better, right? But at times he feels like he feels like he has to because he feels like he's indebted for LeBron for getting him that role. To be honest with you,
and that's a good question, JY. When it comes to AR, you know, is that going to be a problem with his calf strain going back? Because I know that Vari in our Discord was talking about, you know, all these calf strains. You know, why is it so long for calf strains? Why is the issue calf strains? Because, and especially for him as a Pacers fan, you saw what happened. It was a calf strain on Halliburton that started off with. He tried to gut it out. He tried to play, and he popped his Achilles. So they're assuming that the one thing connect the dots led to another with the Achilles. So that's what the why that they're taking so much time off for with AR. But even if, you know, right now AR is playing for a large contract. Like I keep telling you guys, he is playing for generational wealth. This is his only chance to get generational wealth because he will be 33 or 32 by the time his contract ends. So he is playing for generational wealth, and he's got to be out there to do it. And if he's thinking he can gut it out and do it, he's going to have to. But there is a higher likelihood that he might hurt himself again.
Gerald, if we're speaking on technicality, I'm going to be honest. That 53.8 million he's on right now, I think can be defined as generational wealth. I'm going to be honest with you, unless you're dumb with that money.
What, as far as
because like I
mean his original his contract,
his contract that he's on right now, like I think that like that's defined that can already be defined as generational wealth right there. But I get what you're saying.
But you got remember with California, you're taking 50% off the cut right away
for sure. But
plus millionaire's tax, plus agents, plus manager, plus publicist,
brother.
But he's also got the Chinese deal for his shoes.
Yeah, he makes so much money off the court as well. But okay. Yeah. I get your point.
We're talking about something where, again, his max is 5 years, $241 million is what he.
Why make billions when you can make millions?
Come on, baby.
There you go. So, again, that's what he's playing for, John. That's what he's playing for. And as the big fish in the ocean this summer, because it looks like Trae Young is probably going to pick up his option for his final year. I mean, what do? You got to get out there. If you feel like you can go out there, you got to do it. You still have a spinner, man. That was so 10 years ago.
This is one of the coolest things. And because I'm in meetings literally all day, this is how I sit all day. And I talk to IT managers and I can basically get them to come to Zoom. And I'll be sitting in my meetings literally like this all day.
You better keep since you sit down a lot on your job, you better make sure you get a lot of exercise, man.
Come on, Gerald.
It'll add up.
First of all, I hoop. That's my exercise. But come on, Gerald. This is a stand-up desk.
Okay. All right. He's got to show off to you guys. There you
got to show off. That's my stand-up desk. But basketball keeps me in shape.
That looks dumb.
What looks dumb? It's not dumb when you figure out I got it for free.
He said last night he could still beat you one-on-one.
Joe, you cannot beat me one-on-one, and I can't wait to play you, Joe. I cannot wait to play you.
I told you I'll ref here in Vegas.
You're gonna go home. You're gonna go home hurt.
You're gonna go home gassed. I'm getting blown by you every time.
Shit.
And if you and that's if you step up. And if you don't step up, hand down, man down. Getting to the hoop.
But yeah, just got a comment in from someone says Vando was good tonight. Let's give him some props. Again, was he plus 14? I think out there as far as overall. Is he going to be the guy that the Lakers are looking to trade? I mean, at this point, there's still a couple of years left on his contract. Joe, are you turning around at all on Jared Vanderbilt? No Joker is hoping you are.
If it makes you happy, no Joker. Okay.
7 points.
I'm turning over a new Vando.
A new Vando. I'm turning over a new Vando. I don't know about that one just yet.
I still can't get that line.
Plus 16.
I still can't get that line out of my head from Austin Powers.
John looks short. Thought you were at least 6 feet. 6 feet
5'10" on my driver's license. Play like I'm 6'2" though.
What is your 3-point percentage?
I laughed so hard in the theater when that line came out.
That was a movie theater joke. That was a movie.
I laughed so hard in the theater when he said that. And what made it funny is that Seth Green, who plays his son, totally shits on. I remember my friend Jesse said it, but he's like, dude, there have been times when Mike Myers, he doesn't give you a second to like absorb yourself and recover from laughing. It's like one thing after another.
Jays wants to know, John, do people get more done with a stand-up desk as they clean?
You really do, brother. If you work from home every single day, like I do,
man.
it makes it easy. So you don't got to sit down all day and then walk. I have a walking pad as well, so you can like walk. It's good for your back. So yeah, it helps you get a lot more done.
Throw me a bone.
Throw me a bone.
Throw me a friggin' bone.
Freaking bone.
Boom.
And then he talks about the Alan Parsons project. And that's been something I've been thinking about, because every clip on social media is Michael Jordan with the Alan Parsons music from his entry, his the walk up, the lineup song from the 90s when they would call the Bulls. Oh man,
but my back is burnt after now. Yeah, I mean, to each his own, brother. If it's not good for you,
fire the leaves.
I don't know if you work from home every day. Joe's cracking up. This is kind of like that.
Oh man, the back of my skull is starting to hurt from laughing.
Again, John. It was for its time. It was hilarious. It was something.
That is transcendent, man.
Look,
I can watch it now. I'm not even watching it, and I'm laughing.
I could watch it, but the thing is, Joe. Again, sometimes these younger generations look at us like you don't.
No, I'm with it. I love getting history lessons.
I love it. It's an absolutely fantastic movie.
I love getting history lessons.
Okay. I'm with it. History lesson?
You know when he's trying to tell Seth Green, hey, come give me a hug, and then he finally goes, come on, get over here, come on, let's go. Like
Ball!
I would do that to my friends and my wife, and she'd stop.
You got the water.
Oh man.
Ball. All right.
And when you use the stick, he comes out of nowhere. Oh shit, man.
All right. Groovy, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's right, JY. But unfortunately, the Lakers weren't groovy tonight. They do lose 112 to 104. Their next game is in Dallas. That's always interesting when Luka goes back to Dallas. Over under 50 for Luka on Saturday. So we'll find out. But please go ahead and like and subscribe to what John is up to at Lakers Corner and what Joe Soro is up to at the Joe Soro Experiment. He just had a long conversation yesterday about Kyle Tucker, the Dodgers, and also as well about the Genie Buss I guess, Buss Family Saga that was laid out on ESPN.com. And we also had a hour-plus conversation on it as well. So if you want your fix on that, we've got it right here for you on my channel and also Joe's as well. John, did you report anything on it as far as did you see the article?
I did see the article, and no, I didn't report anything on it because I had my adult league basketball game. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. All right.
Which we won. So
did you have any opinions on it? Did you know?
on the whole Jeannie Buss and LeBron situation?
Or no, just the whole Jeannie Buss and how she, dealt with her siblings in fighting. The fact that the half brothers, they wanted to create a point where they were trying to come up with an idea, because they're all, comparatively speaking, they're cash poor compared to other owners as far as the NBA. They're actually one of the poorest before the sale. They were one of the poorest owners in the NBA.
Liquid hot magma.
They were trying to come up with ways to get capital, so they wanted to go and to the other family members, the younger Buss brothers did, and they talked about how they wanted to sell a portion of the team but still retain a majority, and that didn't fly with Jeannie at all. And they went back and forth. And I think also she said that to the one of the brothers, "You should have never been born," is the quote there, because it goes back to an agreement that Dr. Jerry Buss and his wife at that time made to have no more kids outside of what they had. And he went and had kids outside of
that's crazy.
Yeah, so
that is some crazy family drama spilling all over the internet. So
and in her statement, though, she said, I'm so sad that LeBron was dragged into my family drama.
Crazy.
She didn't say anything like she said it wasn't true as far as all that family stuff. She just said it was untrue, that I was not unappreciative of LeBron. Anything relating to LeBron.
Where's my mini violin?
Yeah, she
That's
was like
crazy. Well,
kissing his butt. But to the family drama, she didn't deny any of it.
Well, look, I'll say this. As far as the Lakers whole shit situation go down, excuse my language, but I'm glad that bitch is out of here.
Hey.
But I'm glad she's out of here. I'm sorry, Joe.
She's not out of here yet. She's still got an agreement to stay.
So our
majority wide.
Our chat companions, one of our guys sent a screenshot of something. I'm going to read it to you guys. And I'll put a button on this for everybody.
How do you see screenshots on here?
The one that Sean sent, Rutledge. So it's a picture of Jeannie, and she says, "If we're not living up to the Lakers standard, absolutely, I will look at everything. I will make the hard decisions because that's what you have to do." Jeannie Buss via LA Times. So I saw this and I read it, and I started thinking, we should be commending her, because she very well could have been Georgia Fontieri. Gerald, you remember who that was, right? She could have been Jerry Jones. She could have been the Bidwells, the McCaskies. She could have been a complete disaster and saying, "Nah, this is my team, and I'm not selling it to anybody." Now, my interpretation from what she's saying here, and I might be off. I might be just imagining this. But maybe we should thank her for doing what she did. And a lot of you don't know what's coming because maybe you're not Dodger fans. And that's fine. I mean, I know you guys probably believe us when we talk about how fortunate we're going to be here soon. But you're not going to really feel it till you see it and know it, right? So after all this stuff, all the drama, all the name calling, like a bunch of immature assholes, and I know I fall into that sometimes from emotion. I think we should be thanking her. She just sold her father's dream. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking she did it because she loved the Lakers so much. She said, "I can't do this to the Lakers. I got to put this in."
Because what did her father want? Her father wanted to go ahead, and it was clearly stated in the article. Her father had, envisioned the kids running the team, in perpetuity.
Right. But when you look at it from reality standpoint, even if she was good at her job, everyone was getting along, they still would have struggled. The NBA has gone into a whole different stratosphere. It's just different now. And they're not doing what Oklahoma City's doing. Because they're not a big market. They're not this iconic team, right? They're not capable of at least doing that. But then they're also the Lakers, and they can't really do what we think they should do, being the Lakers as well in the big market. I think she did us I think she did everyone a favor in the end. And I think she did it because she loves the Lakers that much. And she loves her dad that much.
I think she did us a favor by selling the team.
She did.
I agree with that
She
part.
sold the Lakers to save the Lakers from having to be mediocre. And that's what they would have been if she kept on running the team.
I agree with that because all they would care about is bottom line. Because to Gerald's point, they were one of the brokest cash owners.
We should celebrate her. And again, I'm trying to really get out of this.
Her for selling to Mark Walter.
I've been in there's been this, this has been a very interesting few weeks for me because there's been a little bit of closure for two of my main teams. There's closure that's started already with the Lakers. There's closure with the Mike Tomlin era going out. And while there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of negativity that kind of goes into our verbiage. In the end, these are still people. These are still human beings, make mistakes. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They do what they, in the end, it doesn't matter anymore. Both scenarios have gone in a different direction. And now it's time to, let's start focusing on what's going to help this thing next. For the Lakers standpoint, because I'm a Dodger fan and I'm very familiar with who's taking over the Lakers, I am beyond excited. I can't express how excited I am that Mark Walter and the Guggenheims own the Lakers because it's going to be the Lakers are going to be the Dodgers of the NBA in the next few years.
Now, Stefan has a good question. What's odd that has not been mentioned? If you all remember when Mark Walter bought the Dodgers, excuse me, it was first reported that Magic Johnson was a minority owner. What do you know what the percentage Magic Johnson is?
I think it's somewhere around 5-10%.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put this up. Everybody knows I love Magic. Magic was the first athlete.
Is he also involved in the group that bought the Lakers?
I don't know. I don't know what percentage he has of the Lakers, if he has any percentage.
Because he doesn't have it, because he sold it. He sold, remember, to that, was it the dentist? The dentist,
yeah.
Yeah, the dentist.
Yeah, he sold his 5%, that Buss. And that was part of a lot of the rift between him and Jerry West. Mm-hmm. Magic got 5% of the team. Jerry West, in a way, at least this was what was reported. Jerry got kind of like, dude, I built this. I'm talking for him when I shouldn't, but I'm assuming he was like, I built this thing, and why don't you give me a percentage of the team? Anyways, Magic Johnson, when he was brought in as a minority owner with the Dodgers, there was a lot of PR trash at that time with the Dodgers because of the Frank McCourt ownership. It's just not good. The Dodgers were a disaster. Frank McCourt essentially bought the Dodgers on credit cards, right? And he was broke. And then all of a sudden he got divorced. His wife wanted half, and it was just disaster. So baseball forced the sale, and they were able to get the Guggenheims to buy. And I didn't know who the hell the Guggenheims were at the time. The only thing I remember when I heard the Guggenheims were buying the Dodgers, isn't that guy, the character in Titanic that they were talking about? That was my knowledge of the Guggenheims at that point. And then as the years went on, 13, 14, 15, you find out that they went and got Andrew Friedman, which I had a little bit of knowledge of what he was doing in Tampa. And I said, well, he's kind of been doing amazing things over there with analytics, and they're competitive, right? And then all of a sudden, 2 years later, they bring him, and I'm like, ooh, this is getting interesting. And then all of a sudden, Don Mattingly gets fired. They bring in Dave Roberts. And then all of a sudden, a year after Roberts finishes his first year, they go to the World Series, and the rest is history. So,
and you said his name was Frank Joe? Is that what you said? The guy who bought it?
Frank McCourt. Yeah, Frank McCourt owned. He bought the Dodgers from Fox. Fox bought the team from the original owners, the O'Malleys. That they were like the mom and pop shop for 40, 50 years, right? And then they got to that point where they couldn't afford to run the team anymore, and then Fox bought it, and then they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Sold it to McCourt, and then. He was even worse.
And that guy, like, were you just exaggerating when you're? I mean, I know, of course, you didn't.
No, he bought it on credit. He did not buy it with any.
That's the fucking that guy.
It was
in himself.
Yeah, I don't know what the that guy might be the greatest salesman I think in the history of salesmen. I
needs a job in sales.
Hey, can you put this on my American Express card? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. McCourt. We don't have enough on this card. Okay, yeah, split it between my MasterCard and my Visa card.
I have here's 7 different credit cards. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, shout out to him though. That's called betting on yourself. But anyway, I need to look that up because that's insane. I'm gonna go buy a team on a credit card. Anywho,
so
Emex Black.
Good things are coming, and this nightmare of inadequacy is going to be gone, and the clutch people are going to be gone, and LeBron is going to be gone, and the Lakers are going to focus on building a Luka dynasty. That's going to be the next phase, and that's coming. This is not wishful thinking. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen, and we're all going to be very happy in the next couple of years, I'd say. So yeah, that's where it is.
And Jeremy, it's not about giving up. It's not about giving up on the season. The Lakers are right where we talked about, and have most of us predicted what they would be, a 4th, 5th, 6th place team in the Western Conference. And those teams usually they get to the playoffs and they're gone in the first round, or sometimes they'll make a second round push like the Golden State Warriors and whatnot that did last year. And that's it. I mean, we're not giving up on the Lakers. It's just the fact that the reality has to set into you guys that they're just not a championship team this year. They're going to have a nice season. They're going to have a winning record, and they're going to go to the playoffs. And we're going to be here for the first round and could be here for the second round. And then that's it. That's probably going to be it, because those other teams just have too much talent, have just too much as far as better coaching. And ultimately, it's just going to come out to a better result for those teams. And again, the Lakers just don't have enough around Luka right now to make a strong or long push in the playoffs. And if you guys see otherwise, more power to you for doing so. And we'll leave it at that. And by the way, Jay, I am never giving up. Rob was in the room. He was the general manager. If you know your stuff as a general manager, you will go to Magic and say, don't trade. Like I was saying at that time, you don't trade a budding young center who was just starting to play really well for the Lakers. In fact, I remember there was a nationally televised game where he scored like 25 points and had the interview after the game. For a backup center who was already on his decline and on the way out. Yeah, it was right there. That's why you were there in the room, to advise the president of operations whether or not they should make that move or not. And it's apparent he didn't. And I will place some of the blame on him. Now, more of the blame goes on Magic, but I will always place some of the blame on the general manager. He is paid, or he was paid as a general manager for a reason. He is still paid as a general manager, and also as well as the president of operations for the Lakers right now. And the fact that he just got a nice fat Kobe-sized bonus, if you look at that article, because the Ramby, the CFO, and Rob Pelinka, and I don't know of any who else, but they all got either $8 or $24 million bonuses.
Did you have to take a dump on the show now with all this bullshit?
No.
We were all happy and we were laughing, and now you have to bring up the Ramby.
Shut up, Joe.
The Ramby, and bring all the niggas. Where's what's his name that was upset about you being Debbie Downer with everything? We're sitting here having a good time, and Now
Shut up, Joe.
The Ramby are making $24 million.
Well, actually, you know what, Jeremy, he did draft some good. He was part of some really good drafts during the late teens. Magic was so. Although when you say he's Isaac Bonga is the next Magic Johnson, that was kind of the
Isaac who?
Bonga. Remember
Isaac
when
Bonga? That's a pull
yes.
right there, man.
Isaac Bonga, the next
that
Magic
guy
Johnson
is
was
so
his quote.
freaking dark.
Yeah.
No, wasn't it you? Sun Yu was the Chinese Magic Johnson. Remember back in the day?
But Isaac Bonga, 6'8", yeah, he was going to be the next.
I remember he came in for a minute, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this? When did this guy play basketball?"
Yeah, this guy.
He lasted like a couple days. And you never saw him again.
You'll never stop the Palinka. It's not hate. It's just calling it like it is. Palinka's there. I just call it like it is. It's not hate. It's not love. It is what it is. You call it, Stefan. Like I said on your show, you call it like you see it. And Palinka he's a below average GM, and we're seeing the talent because of it.
Are you going to tell us now, Gerald, that we're all going to die one day too to finish the show?
Well, if you want to say so, Joe, you're going to die someday. Yeah. Good
Wrap
luck.
it up here, boys.
There you go. All right. May you find your way to heaven, although I don't know. I'm not going to take you in.
Whoa, Gerald, come on.
I'm just kidding.
I hope to see you all in heaven.
There you go. Absolutely. He'll be quoting Austin Powers when we're all in heaven as well. So there you go. No Austin Powers ism.
I was going to say that when I see St. Peter at the gates, I'd be like, throw me a bone.
Yes. Throw me a freaking bone. Indeed. He always disappears, Jeremy, when times aren't great. And then when times are good, he appears.
Who?
Palinka.
Joe.
Oh, fuck.
Joe Mama.
Although Joe probably still has the Rob Palinka mask somewhere in his office somewhere. That he wore for Halloween.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Once again, the Lakers do not get it done tonight. They fall just short 2 times. They came within 2 points after being down by 23 points, but they do lose 112-104. The Lakers next play on Saturday against the Dallas Mavericks. John, I know you've got a 3-minute report you want to give a shout out to before we head on out.
Yes, please. Y'all do go check out my channel, Lakers Corner, on YouTube. I do 3-minute game recaps. I do weekly shows. Please do go check that out. Check me out on Instagram at Lakers_corner. Almost at 7,000 followers on there. So please run it up on there. And then TikTok, we are trying to get to 10,000. We are almost there. Lakers_corner 24. Please support. But otherwise, it's great seeing you guys. Unfortunately, on a Lakers L, but still great seeing my guys.
There's still 9 games above 500. Could be worse.
For sure.
You could be the Clippers.
Yeah. Or
20-24. So
yeah,
looking up.
Absolutely.
The Lakers. Yeah. Could be that one Clippers fan that just seemed to be overjoyed by stopping by here. And
or you could be could be homeless. So it could always be worse.
That's true. That's true. Joe, I know you did a show on your channel. Any thoughts on what you did or what you got upcoming on the Joe Soro experiment before we head on out?
The Steelers are likely going to get a coach here probably after the Super Bowl, unless I'm anticipating.
Are you mad about that they haven't picked it?
No, I've been talking to some Steeler fans on one of the Steeler forums I'm on, and they're very similar to anybody else that one little rumor all of a sudden, oh, we're getting him. Oh, I'm like, relax. There's a clear line that the Steelers are probably going to hire Chris Shula out of LA.
Okay.
And I'm pretty comfortable with any Sean McVay disciple, especially someone who's not doing a bad job with, I think, the second lowest paid defense in the league. Just saying. I mean, when you look at the McVay tree now, he's going to be able to, I would like to think he'll modernize the defense a little bit, because the Tomlin defense was just it was anemic for a decade here. They couldn't get anybody out on third downs. They just looked like the same thing. And even Julian Edelman was cracking up about the Steeler defense on his podcast, saying they run the same thing all the time. All you got to do is this, and that. And I'm like, can we get some new stuff here? Can we modernize this thing, Pittsburgh? So it'd be nice to see if Chris can do that. And then, of course, bring in a really good offensive coordinator. They're talking to McCarthy. Now, I'm sitting there going, Steelers don't really have a quarterback right now if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back. And if you can get another year out of that offensive line, a little more experience, because they weren't bad the last third of the year. So if they come back next year with a little bit more consistency, can protect Aaron Rodgers, then you got a good defense that isn't going to wear them out throughout the year. I don't mind going another year with Aaron Rodgers. Who knows? We could maybe get lucky. I mean, who thought Sam Darnold would be a 1 seed going to Seattle and possibly going to the Super Bowl? And he has a chance of winning it. So the NFL right now, it sometimes it happens in the NFL. Sometimes you get in that lull where there isn't really a clear-cut winner that's going to likely go. That's what we're witnessing right now. You don't have really a great quarterback right now other than Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen has his own issues. There isn't like an array of franchise quarterbacks like it used to be. You had Breeze, you had Big Ben, you had Aaron Rodgers, you had Manning, you had Peyton Manning, you had Tom Brady, all like playing at the same time in their primes. Right now, who is it? Who is a prime quarterback right now other than Patrick Mahomes?
John Costa.
John effing Costa.
Fuck yes. I was a absolute all-time quarterback
with the flavor saver
in middle school. The flavor saver, that's a good name.
And the anti-midget desk.
Hey.
There you go. All right. So with that is the Joe Soro.
His world is his oyster.
Yes, it is, baby.
It is the Joe Soro experiment. Please like and subscribe to his channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe to John Costa's channel as well. I also dropped the latest Pop Culture Cosmos wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. In fact, for you members, I just dropped it on the Lakers channel as well. So go ahead and check it out. We talk about the Oscar nominations and Xbox's Developers Direct, which is why I'm wearing the Xbox there. So go ahead and check it out wherever you get your podcasts. So for Joe Soro, appreciate him starting it up for us while I had to head to the airport. Appreciate it. John Costa, after he came on for a 3-minute report, it's Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching this thing. We'll be back on Saturday to rile up your evening on Saturday after the Lakers and Mavs right here at the Lakers Fast Break podcast.
Jay's play days. Don't tell me what I already know or don't know or want to know. What are you doing over there?
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
That was inevitable, Jay.
Throw me a freaking